Okay, like everybody, so chapter 1 actually quite easy. Okay, but the problem is easy. Okay, for example, what is base quantity? It is here. It is a physical quantity which cannot be derived from another physical quantity. So derived means it is physical quantity that can derive from combination base quantity. Okay, so vector and scalar is scalar only got magnitude, but vector got magnitude and direction. Okay. So okay, sorry, there is this here lack of one question. This one I think all of you can answer. For example, we look at this page 1 down here. For example, weight is Newton, means it is a derived quantity, weight, W-E-I-G-H-T. And on the same time, it got direction, so it is a vector quantity too. So next, atmospheric pressure. So pressure as a derived quantity, and we doesn't count on, we count on the pressure too. So it is vector quantity. Okay, so you might think, what direction? Okay, actually another way to determine it is vector or scalar is like this. You write the formula. Pressure equals to force divided by area. Since pressure is a vector quantity, so we can another way is we can make the scalar quantity as a negative sign, vector quantity as a positive sign. Scalar is positive, but vector is negative. So vector is a negative sign. Area is a scalar quantity. Negative, positive become negative. So means pressure also is a vector quantity. Okay, then what else? For example, density. Okay, let's say density equals to mass divided by volume. Where is this formula? It is in Form 5, Chapter 1. Okay, sorry, Form 5, Chapter 2. Density equals to mass and volume. So, mass is a scalar quantity. Volume is a scalar quantity. Means no need count direction. So, it is positive. Positive means it is a scalar quantity. Okay, then speed. Okay, and another one is one okay, speed and velocity. Velocity equals to displacement over time. Displacement negative, it is a vector quantity. Time is positive, we don't count direction. So velocity is a vector quantity. Speed is distance over time. Distance doesn't need to count scalar, count direction scalar. Time is scalar, so if we positive means it is scalar quantity. Okay, so speed is a scalar quantity, but on the same time, it's a derived quantity. All right, and what else? Temperature. Temperature is a base quantity. And do we need to count direction? No. So temperature is a scalar. Gravitational acceleration going down. So that is a gravitational acceleration is vector quantity. On the same time, it is a derived quantity. All right, then normally how will be the exam questions? Let's look at this. Okay, so this is a measuring instrument used to measure the flow of charge in a circuit. Okay, so this is called milliammeter. Okay, my question is, what is the physical quantity measured by this tool, by this instrument? Like everyone, please answer. This is a millimeter, so what is the physical quantity measured by this instrument? Thank you, Devin. Try to answer. If you just listen to me, you will not get. I try to answer. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Jacqueline. Lại some more. Thank you, Chun Phai. Thank you, Ian. Okay, so now I have a few answer. Electric current, ammeter, meter. A, B, C, D. What do you think? Okay, yes, answer is A or B, electric current. Can I say ampere? Answer is no. Because normally we write in this way, length equals to 10 meter. So This is equal sign on the left hand side and on the right hand side. On the left hand side, it is physical quantity equals to 10 is here, magnitude only. 10 is magnitude only. So magnitude. Then what is M? M is called unit. So normally what is the reading we will write here? We say I equals to 200 milliampere. So what is I? On the left hand side is physical quantity. 200 is magnitude. Ampere is unit. Then what is this M? This M is milli. Milli means times 10 powers of negative 3. Be careful, this is called prefix. Okay, then it's confusing when they write 1 millisecond. Many people would think, hey, this unit wrong lah. This is 1 meter per second, right? Oh, no. There are two different things, all right? Two different things. This is called 1 millisecond. So it is time. And what is this? This is 1 meter per second. It's speed or velocity, okay? Okay, so now, what else? Okay, here got a stopwatch. Okay, now, can you please tell me what is the physical quantity measured by this stopwatch? Lại. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Rennie. Okay, I have time, I have seconds, I have time. What else? Lại. Time, second, time. Okay, answer is the. What is second? Second is unit. So now, if you feel confusing, since here got some reading, okay, let's say this. You write down. So actually, what is this? This is 40, 41, 42. 42 second means it is time. So you write in this way in an equation. So time equals to 42 seconds. So on the left hand side, it is physical quantity. Right hand side is magnitude and unit. On the left hand side is physical quantity. Right hand side is magnitude and unit. Actually, second is unit. Physical quantity should be time. What else? So normally the first questions would be this kind of question. Oh, sorry, not this. Oh, and normally first question would be this kind of graph. I cannot find any. Draw Okay, I have a thermometer. Here got label 0 degrees Celsius to 200 degrees Celsius. Sorry, negative 10 degrees Celsius to 200 degrees Celsius. May I know what is the physical quantity measured by this thermometer? Like answer. Let's say here the reading is 27 degrees Celsius. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you, Leanne. So, thank you, Donna. Darren. I'm asking physical quantity. Okay, if you're not sure, okay, write down 27 degrees Celsius means it is measuring, yes, temperature. Yes, Jim. Okay, so this is magnitude, this is unit. But of course, absolute temperature is Kelvin now. Okay, now so this is why you read book, but cannot score. Read the question properly, right? Now let's continue to vector scalar. Okay, so from here, please find the SI. So the 27 just want to make you confused. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah, many students will wrong this question. Most of them give me answer. Now, since here got second, they will say second. When asked physical quantity, they will answer second. Like, C maybe meter, then they answer ampere. Okay, so physical quantity actually is electrical current or current, right? Alright, now this SI unit, how? So actually very easy. Thrust force equals to mass times acceleration. So thrust force is a force now. So force equals to mass times acceleration. Yeah, it's Newton, but they want SI unit in base unit. Newton is a derived unit. We want the basic. So now, normally what we do is, yay, Renee and Darren. Okay, we find out what is the unit for mass. It will be small k, small g, kilogram. What is the unit for acceleration? Meter per second per second. So you combine it like you combine the x, y, z. So it will be kg meter per second. Normally we will use the square bracket to to bracket the unit lah, so that we differentiate. This is physical quantity, doesn't bracket anything. Then unit, we will use this to separate them, to differentiate them, make them different. So this technique is quite useful, especially for example, for example, VT squared. Have you learned this in maths or at maths already? MS, I think last chapter, not yet maths. I think no. Okay, never mind. Okay, so now actually what is the gradient here? Of course, I will tell me y minus y2 minus y1 divided by x2 is 1. So actually it's 4 divided, sorry, 2 divided by 4. The gradient is 0.5. But what's the unit here? So we can always create our unit, not create, derive our unit. Yeah, gradient. Yeah. Okay, derive our unit. So gradient equals to v y, actually y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 is changes of y-axis divided by changes of x-axis. How slope is it? 它有多斜? Okay, so it is v divided by t. So how to derive the unit? So we say meter per second divided by second. So you combine them like x, y powers of -1 divided by y. You will get x, y powers of -2. So this unit would be acceleration. Okay, gradient is acceleration. Then what is area under graph like? Area under graph means base times height. So T times V. So actually what is it? It is displacement. Okay, so for example, these questions you don't have. So I think we can directly look at chapter 2 first. One Afifa also teach this in class. So is there any class here? No. No, what's wrong? No class. My bad. No class. Okay, let me look at this first. How to remember? Most of the time, SPM would give you VT graph. Why? Because VT graph can get displacement and can get acceleration. Okay, so you remember this first. G A A D. G A A D. G means gradient. So gradient of VT graph is acceleration. A means area of the graph is distance or displacement. GAAD. So, for example, they want to find the distance traveled by the toy car. Distance. So if we want to find distance, we find the whole area lah, means from here to here. Find the whole area lah. Then if they want acceleration from 0 to 4 seconds, Acceleration, we will look at gradient also. We find the gradient here 0.5. Now get it? Just before you learn this again in maths and admits, I remember VT graph, you use GAAD. Gradient is acceleration, area is distance. Let me find the exercise. If you have done this, from the class, I encourage you to redo it. No, I don't know. Okay. If it's got tips or not? No tips. Of course, I know tips are, but do you want? Oh, well, come out loud. Do you want? So Form 5, Chapter 3. Okay, like this, paper 1 up to Form 5, Chapter 3.1 only. Form 5 up to Chapter 3.1 only. Paper 1. Paper 2, no. Chapter 3. No, Chapter 3. Don't worry. Okay. Then all of this you will do. Okay, so here, impulse and impulsive force is confusing. Impulse is this. Ft. Impulsive force is force only. So you can write Ft equals to mv minus mu. So impulsive force is F equals to mv minus mu t. So what is impulsive force? mv minus mu. What is minus? Changes. So we say the change of momentum. Then what is impulsive force? Per time. We always start with the rate of change of momentum. Okay, the rate means the change in 1 second. So we say the rate of change of momentum. Okay. And what is weight? weight equals to mg. So we say the product of mass and gravity. And if you write gravity, then you will get wrong. Not gravity, but you must say gravitational force. No, chapter 3 in paper 2. Yeah, correct. No, form 5, chapter 3 in paper 2. Okay. Cause thing no need. Just form 4 to form 5, chapter 2. Okay. Or you mentioned the mass weight in the gravitational force. Or gravitational acceleration. Or gravitational acceleration. If you just say gravity, wrong, it's primary school answer. So momentum is a force. No, momentum is P equals to mv. Here. P. Momentum is mv. What is mv? mv is the product of mass and velocity. Now this three very easy to confuse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. When you blur, it doesn't matter. Look back formula. Actually, the answer is hidden into the formula. You just translate the symbol into sentence. Okay, like impulsive force. So now, what is the law of motion involved? Both three you can say Newton first law of motion. Since here they already write law of motion, you can just write Newton first law. You know, don't want to write of motion, or that doesn't matter. Second law, third law, all three laws involved. Okay. And what is first law, second law, third law? First law is inertia. Second law actually is F equals to ma. Third law is when there is action, there will be opposite reaction. F equals to negative R, which we have just learned in Form 5, Chapter 1, for example. When you put a book on a table, this book will have a weight. Then, what is the opposite reaction force? We call it as normal reaction force. Okay, for example, when there is a car having a thrust force in front, it's moving with constant velocity. May I know what is the force acting behind? What is the name? So here we say weight equals to negative R. So this is, or we say weight minus R equals to 0. Oh, sorry, weight equals to R. So what is the name of this force? Thank you, Leanne. Any other? Answer is yes, correct. That is frictional force. Drag Can say that drag, but most suitable is since it has surface contact, it will cause frictional force. Drag is frictional force. For example, a bird is flying. It has thrust force in front, thrust force. What is the drag? What is the drag force in the air? Yeah, air resistance. Okay, drag force. Yeah, it is a force. It is a common force for the opposite, for the reaction force. Okay, so we say thrust force and frictional force are action-reaction force. Okay, so first law, inertia. Second law, F equals ma. Third law, action equals to negative reaction. All right, so now explain the concept of principle of conservation of momentum, how rocket is launched. Okay, normally this one we say inside got what fuel lah. Inside got liquid oxygen and liquid nitrogen, and they will combust. Combust means they burn. After they burn, they will release hot gas. This hot gas get a downwards momentum. You must mention downwards momentum, then you mention upward momentum. Okay, then you mention because of downward, then it has upward momentum, and you must mention principle of conservation of momentum. Apa itu? Nah, so you say total momentum before collision, or since this is a rocket, so this is called explosion. So just change the sentence lah. Change before explosion is equals to total momentum after explosion. If not, it's a no force. So I just mention this into your sentence, you get a mark. Because they want you to explain also 1 mark for your explanation. Downward momentum 1 mark. Upward momentum 1 mark. And then the field, combustion, explosion 1 mark. They mix and they explode. Okay, so this is how you get the 4 marks. You must have 4 sentences. I encourage you to write 1 sentence in new line. So you got 4 points. Yes, you can write in point form, but remember full sentence. Point form, but full sentence. Okay, so in physics, very good. No need write in essay, but bio need lah. Point form, but full sentence, we accept. Alright, so now this one inertia, this one is follow through technique. Follow through technique. How the technique can increase the speed of the tennis ball. So follow through actually is what? Actually is you increase the momentum, mv minus mu. So actually you are increasing impulse. Follow through means you, this is hitting and follow through. You hit in longer distance, so you will make the ball faster and you increase acceleration. And so you increase impulsive force. You increase impulsive force. Okay, so now this one is calculate the impulsive force on the dummy driver. So this one I think everyone okay, right? Just write F equals to mv minus mu over t. Info is before collision, this is u lah. This is after collision becomes stop lah. Then the car mass is 1000 kg. So the time of collision means the impact time is 0.2. So it will be mv minus u over t. I like to factorize it up because I don't like to lazy person. Okay, so 0 minus 30, 0.2. Then press calculator, you will get answer. May I know what is the unit for this answer? Can I get marks for this answer? Yes, I will get 1 mark for substituting. Yeah, Newton. So without Newton, you cannot get second. Okay, now you may ask a teacher if I write 30 minus 0 can. They looks like the same one. Oh, sorry, by the way, negative. Answer is cannot because they already mentioned before is 30. After is 0. So if you substitute wrongly, sorry, we consider working also wrong, answer also wrong. Even though got negative or positive. Even though you press calculator, you will get same magnitude. You will get same number. Okay, but start this year, they are quite strict to the substitution. If you substitute wrongly, sorry, wrong. So answer also wrong. Yes, I also doesn't expect that. They're very strict, all right? So before is initial, after is final. So must be careful. So this is the technique menjawab. V and U must be clear. There's an impulsive force, and then calculate the acceleration and displacement from A to B. Okay, A to B acceleration. And yeah, I forgot how the formula. It's not given here. Actually, you can derive from the first one. You switch the place. U plus AT equals to V. So AT equals to V minus U. So A equals to V minus U over T. Yes, you can derive yourself if you forget from the first formula. So actually, acceleration equals to V minus U over T. So V is 0, U is 2 divided by 2. Answer is negative 1 meter per second per second. Can I get marks? What do you think? Can I get marks? Thanks, really. Yeah, no. Why? Because I substitute wrongly. This is beginning, this is end. Suppose it's 2 minus 0 divided by 2, 1 meter per second per second. All right, now calculate the velocity of Sultan just before he reached the floor. Then the only information is the wall is 5 meter height. Okay, so actually this kind of questions, jumping, falling, blah, 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 actually it's recorded as free falling. Okay, free falling. Free falling means what? It got acceleration. It got gravitational acceleration. Where can you get this constant? In your formula, the last part here, the last part of your formula. Okay, then they want velocity just before he reached the floor, means he wants final velocity. Then height of the wall, 5 meter means what? Means it is displacement. What else we have? We still got one more. Before it jumps, what is the initial velocity? Anyone knows? Yes, 0. Actually, here only got 1 in 4, but actually we got 2 hidden information. Thank you, Darren. 1 and 2. And 3 is your unknown. Okay. So what formula we can use from here? From here. Remember the height is S, is displacement. Height is displacement. So now, which formula to use? 1, 2, 3, 4. Which formula to use? Okay, so actually, if free fall, normally we will put negative here, and then the height here is negative because going down. So negative. So we always check which formula to use. Here actually got ASTUV. We always check, is there ASTUV? We check. 1 is not exist here. So we got ASQV means we don't have T. So let's find the formula without T. Formula without T. This one got T, done 1, got T, done 1, got T, done 1. Okay, wait. Use number 4. V square equals to U square plus 2AS. V square equals to U square plus 2AS. So always remember IFS. In 4 formula substitute. Then now we can substitute. V squared, no, Q 0. Don't want to write, so it doesn't matter. Then 2A is negative 9.81, S is negative 5. So V square equals to V equals to square root of this answer. The answer is this one. Okay, So when you see, so this is one of the hardest questions. Okay. Why I say it's hard? Because many people will blur. Only give me 1 in 4. Then apa ini? So actually here got 3 hidden one. Acceleration, final velocity, and initial velocity. Okay, this is the hardest question. So we can use the law of law of motion. Now same thing. For this one. What is impulsive force? Impulsive force equals to mv minus mu over t. Okay, so same thing. This is the same question. Okay, so now we look at page 14. Okay, so these questions is a very common questions for compare. Normally number 5 and number 6 and number 11 will have at least 3 compare. 3 marks, 3 marks, 3 marks. Means totally 9 marks. Okay, so you must know the format to compare. Format to compare. Okay. So can you please, based on diagram A and B, can you please compare the collision time? Right? Can you answer? Okay, A is smaller than B. B collision time is shorter than A. Collision time in A is longer than B. Collision time in A is longer than B. The collision time in diagram B is smaller than A. Okay, answer is the time for, oh yeah, actually they already stated here. I just don't read, just now I didn't read. So this is, so I encourage you to write time for the ball, 0.2 seconds. Time for the stone is 0.02 seconds. Actually, they already given now. If not, just remember when hot, then the time would be shorter. So this time would be longer. So answer is A is smaller than B. Sorry. case. A is longer than. Okay, so if you want to say B is shorter than A, okay. A is longer than B, okay. B is smaller than A, okay. This one cannot lah. Then you might say, teacher, can we write like this diagram? A is bigger than diagram B. Actually, can. If you use this max sign, can. But I don't encourage it. Okay, I don't encourage it. Just my experience. Okay, after I write this for 2-3 years, I suddenly forget how to construct the sentence. Okay, so I actually encourage you to write, since they mention collision time, so you write collision time in front. Then you compare A is blah blah, then B. A in front, B. Why I say so? Later we explain the results. This one you can use in number 5 and number 6, but cannot use in number 11. Why I say so? Let me check. Not here. So I believe you all know that number 1 to 8. Number 1 to 8 called structure question. Structure means these questions only got one answer. But essay question, let me see. Now, for example, essay question by using, no need to know what is it. Just look at diagram 10.1, 10.2. Compare the thickness of guitar string. Compare the amplitude. And compare the frequency trace. So 1 mark, 2 mark, and 3 mark. So if you just write 10.1 bigger than 10.2, 10.1 smaller than 10.2, 10.1 smaller than 10.2. If you write this in some essay question, it seems like not clear, because this question got 3 answers. But if you write like this, apa ni? Which one pair, which one? So we consider this is wrong. If you want to write here, can, because this question only got 1 answer, but this question got 3 answers. Okay, so that's why I don't encourage you to write this sign, because you might be in the exam, suddenly you blur and you write this and so on. 5 marks will be 3 marks for compare, then 2 marks for relationship. Relate. 1, 3, 4, 5. A. For sure, this is number 11. This is the format for sure. Okay, so but I still encourage you always compare A to B. Blah 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 of A is blah blah blah, then B. Why I say so? Okay, like for example, now, what is the velocity after kicking? What is the velocity after kicking? Yay! But actually, I feel this question is not so clear. Not so clear. They must mention this in the sentence too. Actually, both of them have same velocity after kicking. They must stay in the question. So compare not only bigger, smaller, still got this same, or we say equal. So I say A equals to B lah. Okay, so this question, this is A bigger than B. This is A equals to B. Make a sentence, huh? Make sentence line. Yeah, thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay. Because they mentioned, but I admit the question not so clear. They must state here. The final velocity is shown in the diagram. Then what is the impulsive force? Is it faster? Actually, it's the same because F equals to mv minus mu over t. Means when we want to show this, both of them must have same velocity. Same initial velocity, u equals to 0, u equals to 0. After kicking, both 10. So both will have same v, same u, but t different. So we say A is smaller than B. This one feels sore. Feels sore. Sore means sakit. Why sakit? Because here got higher impulsive force. Okay, so now if we just I write in the same row, A bigger than B, A equals to B, A smaller than B. You write in sentence. Okay. So now they want what? They want collision time with impulsive force. collision time with impulsive force. So we look at collision time and impulsive force. You can see A increase, this one A increase, this one B decrease. So what's the relationship? From here we can say that A increases, B decreases. Or from formula we also can see that T increases, F decreases. So I mean collision time increases, impulsive force decreases. When you see their sign is opposite. So they terbalik lah. Okay, then how to write the sentence for this? There are 3 sentences you can write. All of them have same meaning. Okay, for example, since collision time and impulsive force, so you write a collision. You can write number 1, your primary school use it. The longer the collision time, the smaller the impulsive force. Second, I like this because it's shorter. So we say the collision time increases the impulsive force decrease. Then the third one, the collision time is inversely proportional to impulsive force. These 3 have same meaning. The shorter the collision time, the higher the impulsive force. If you want to say the balik also can. The shorter the collision time, the higher. I prefer you will write greater impulsive force. Can you terbalik also can. But for me, I like to say increase first, then increase or decrease. Okay. But for me, I like number 2. I like number 2. I like to mention the quantity first, then increase, decrease, then another quantity increase, decrease. So this is the format for relationship. So you will see actually here got same thing, 3 marks of compare, 2 marks for relationship. Okay, same thing as number 11, 3 plus 2, 5. And normally number 5, number 6, number 11 got this 5 marks question. So 5 plus 5 plus 5. Congratulations, 15 marks already. And you might say, oh, teacher, I cannot remember the theory lah, the concept lah, the blah, blah, blah. Actually, this kind of question, you no need hafal anything. Just look at the diagram. This is one of the tips lah, how to score. Okay, if you don't read any books also, you can score. Because you just compare the diagram. Then you tell the relationship. Now, for example, this. Now, compare the speed of light in glass and prospect. Now, speed of glass. Now, they already tell which one higher. This one. Then compare what? Refractive index. Nah, they already tell. Just compare. Then compare what? Eh? Oh, this one only got 2. Okay, relate. Relate the speed. Relate the refractive index and the optical density. Okay? Now just compare. They already give you, you know. So it's a bonus mark actually. This one, okay, number 6. Number 6. I know you haven't learned this yet. It's a solenoid. Now you look at this. And you look at this. What's the difference? Galvanometer. Galvanometer actually is 0 at the center, means this is small deflection. This is bigger deflection. Okay, compare the number of turns of solenoid. Identical solenoid. Identical means same solenoid. Solenoid is this. So what is the number of turns? Same lah. What is the strength of magnetic field? This one piece. So you just read here. 1 piece, 2 piece, 2 piece bigger. So just compare and relate lah. Understand? What unit does galvanometer measure? You learn in chemistry, actually galvanometer can show either voltage or current. Okay, so I just want to show you, you doesn't learn, also you can score this question. At least 4 marks, because sometimes the 5th mark, they don't ask relationship, but they ask the physics law. Okay, let's say you forget, you still can score 4 marks. Okay. So physics quite easy to score as long as you know how to get marks from people. Okay, so now the same thing, see, compare. Actually, this relate should right here. First 3 compare, then relate. Okay. Okay, so now this one. This is number 7. Normally they give you the format, and this is SPM 2017, if I'm not mistaken. So this athlete wear proper attire and shoes, use equipment to make him run faster and achieve maximum velocity. What kind of attire he should wear? um Okay, so since they mention maximum acceleration, so the material is not so important. You will say type. So if you say dry feed or silk or cotton, okay, not so important as long as tough. Reason is reduce air resistance. Okay, type of shoes. We normally say spike shoes lah, to increase grip force so that it won't fall lah, or prevent. I encourage you to write 2 reasons to prevent slip. Okay, additional equipment is a starting block. Starting block. Only one answer. Starting block. Starting. Yeah, this one. Okay, so the reason can I write reach maximum acceleration? And I get the reason like this. I can or cannot. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Darren. Yeah, cannot. Why? Why cannot? Why cannot? Why wrong? Okay, what? Maximum acceleration. Why wrong? Yeah, actually is they mention this in the question. Actually, it explained clearly. It really explained clearly just that. This is a criteria. This is a criteria, so cannot be your reason. It's mentioned already, so this is the criteria, so we cannot make it as a reason. Actually, correct. Right, maximum acceleration can say. So since this sentence cannot, so how can we change to some similar meaning question? Since I mentioned acceleration, we can mention velocity. Can achieve higher velocity, or acceleration equals to v minus u over t, and use back this formula. Then, or you can mention time. Achieve higher velocity in shorter time. Something like, or can run faster, also can start faster, also can. As long as you don't use back the same criteria as your reason. So I really encourage you all to highlight it. Then you might ask, teacher, can use highlighter in exam? Okay, no problem. As long as you don't highlight in the answer place. Or you underline lah, up to you lah. So you highlight or you underline. Every time you write reason, you check back. Is it mentioned before? If mentioned before, please change sentence. Actually, they doesn't say no lah. And a little bit okay. Now you feel insecure, you just underline. underline with blue pen is easy to see. So this is one of the answering technique. Okay, this is one of the answering technique. Then this question got, this is 10-mark question. Okay, so number 9, this is number 11, no choice, modification. Suggestion means modification. Number 9 and number 10, you just answer either one. Then this one, actually here got 4 criteria, but here got 5, the size and the thickness. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So so please draw the table, 3 columns. So when you write here, number 1, size and thickness. You write size. Then your reason is greater surface area. Then your reason is larger area, prevent athlete fall out. Okay, like this. Then thickness. Remember the reason, please give at least 2 as backup. Okay, for example, let's say number 1 wrong, but number 2 okay. Can you get marks? Yes. We don't count the wrong one, we count the correct one. So 1, 2. Okay, so please write at least 2. Then you might tell me, teacher, I don't know how. Okay, refer here, please. Refer here. Think some physics reason or some just common sense reason. And thickness would be thick. So you write your suggestion here. This is characteristic. Why thick? To increase impact time. So you decrease impulsive force. Then you draw the line here. Okay, then number 2, elasticity. So it is high elasticity. Why? So refer back our elasticity. Over here, high elasticity, easy to return to its original shape. Or we say bend easily. Easy to return and bend easily. Then number 3, material of the bar. Okay, this one, material, you can always write in 2. So, for example, you name it of the bar. Name, for example, aluminium. You write like because it is light, because it is light means easy to carry around. Okay, then you tell maybe you tell it is low density, same thing, light. Okay, so for material, you can always write 2. Number 1 is the name of the material. Number 2, the characteristic of the material. Okay. Then how much you can think? You write how much. Okay, then number 4, number 5, something. So that's the same thing. Everyone, please give at least 2 reasons as backup. Okay, so so 8 o'clock already. I must know what is Kepler's first law, second law, third law. Then the basic like This time I think got Saturn. Maybe you all focus on Saturn. I think all of you are very good in pressing calculator, right? For example, now 6.7 times 10 powers of negative 11 is, if you just still type this, please change this times 10 powers of 2 exponent, which is, by the way, we still have time now. Wednesday only our exams start. If you are not sure, you can come to see me or ask your friends help lah. Now this one, press this instead of the 4 button. Or exponent, just beside answer, just on the left hand side of the answer. Different calculators show different way. Okay, it's a must. Not it's a must. It will help you reduce mistake. Okay, so be careful about settlement. You study the jaw and non-jaw satellite lah. So jaw and non-jaw normally involve the centripetal force. Be careful when they say what is the tension of the rock of the fishing line. Actually, they are asking centripetal force here because tension means force. Okay, tension means force. When they don't ask what is the centripetal force, they just mention what is the tension of the fishing rod. Actually, they are asking centripetal force, which is here, centripetal force. Okay, so try to answer this why jaw and non-jaw. Okay, try to look back to your book. So I think we're almost done. Okay, so after your exam, I think maybe August, second week of August, I will have class on Saturday to teach Form 5 chapter 6 and chapter 7 because these two are just theory. Why? Because your trial will be on November. You are SPM 2023. Then you know what? Your senior SPM 2020, they have their trial on January 2023. Means what? Means you already shot. You suppose have a trial on next January, but now you're short of 2 months. And don't you feel this year got so many holidays plus 1 month? So actually you're short of 3 months. And then 1 week we have 5 periods. 3 months means around 12 weeks. So actually we're short of 60 periods. Yes. That's why no choice. I need to have online class to teach chapter 6 and chapter 7. If not, cannot finish. Okay. So SPM trial is November. So far, this is just draft. This is just draft. But most probably would be on November. And your Amali test would be 25th or 5th of December. That means SPM January. Yes, SPM January. By the way, no black and white yet. This is just draft. But in case this is real, we better start chapter 6 and 7 on our first class. In case it's real. So at least we can finish. Not yet real, not yet released the latest yet, but this is draft. But in case it's true, we better start class. Yeah, we're short of 60 periods if this is real. So, like that. Any other questions? Okay, no questions, then can rest now lah. Okay, thank you everyone. Bye. Everyone. Bye. Bye. Thank you. Welcome. Any other question?
No, just teacher, I need the YouTube link because 才刚回到家。
Sorry.
我7点半才刚回到家。
哦，没事，我会 upload，放心
Sorry
没事。我知道你们很多人不能的，所以我只是跟我时间，我会 upload，放心。
没有，就可以 send YouTube link 吗？我想重
可以，
启一下。
我等下 upload，
OK，thank you 老师。